Hello and welcome to the kitchen. It is needing some work, but we'll get to that. This video, I think what we will do is go ahead and meal plan, because in real time, I know the videos are going to be kind of choppy and here and there all over the place, but in real time, we have only been in the house a little over a week actually. Today is Wednesday. Saturday was 1 week we had been here. So I need to make a meal plan. I don't need to, I want to. I want to make a meal plan and then just fill in any holes of any grocery list that we need. And then maybe we'll even get a couple of freezer meals done. I will insert a clip here of one of the freezer meals that I made, and I just made one for the night and then made one for the freezer. Okay, I had hoped to make freezer meals, but we need dinner tonight. So one of my freezer meal ideas was beef and broccoli. So I'm going to put one in the slow cooker here, and then I did put the other half into a bag. I'm going to loosely follow a recipe. I will try to link it down below if I forget. It comes from 365 Days of Crock-Pot Meals, I think. It says 3 garlic cloves minced. If you've been on my channel, you know we're heavy on the garlic. I just kind of sploosh it in. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do one for the crock pot, one for the bag. And I know we're kind of at a weird angle, but we're just kind of working with what we've got here. Ooh, I'm spilling everywhere too. I am a messy cook. It does call for beef broth, but I don't have any right now. I think what I'm gonna do is put in, actually, I'm gonna just pause it for a second. I'm not gonna put anything in. I'm gonna skip that one because I have some brown sugar. I did have molasses and sugar, so we made our own brown sugar. I'm just gonna kind of, the recipe called for a 1/3 cup, but I think I did less than that. In fact, I'm pretty sure I did. So I'm just gonna cut this in half. My kids are getting lunch ready as I'm doing this, so there's a lot of activity going on in the kitchen. And then 1/2 cup of soy sauce. I have coconut aminos. Okay, so I'm gonna eyeball this as well. This says 1.5 tablespoons of sesame oil, but I'm not gonna use that much. Sesame oil is kind of expensive. But we're, again, gonna eyeball, so maybe we will use. And then it calls for cornstarch and water, but that's to thicken it up, and I'm gonna wait a second on that. It also calls for broccoli florets, hence the beef and broccoli, but I am going to clean my bag up here. But also, I got soy sauce all over it, or coconut, you know. I'm just gonna use Normandy veg that we got from Costco for our vegetable portion. One is cooking and then one for the freezer, so that's good. Let's pop that. I'm gonna put it on high for an hour because it's almost 1 o'clock right now. So I'm gonna put it on high for like an hour, like I said, and then switch it over to low. First thing I'm gonna do is, well, not the first thing. I did create a list with some freezer meals that I wanted to create, took that to Costco, bought some ingredients, and now I can't find that list. So we're gonna do a new meal plan. It's fine. I have some chicken in the fridge that I need to take care of. One's gonna be for dinner tonight, or at least 1 pound or 2 of it for dinner tonight. I did get a pork roast and I cut that. We've already eaten one. We just put it in the slow cooker, seasoned it, and we had burritos and soft tacos for like 1 meal, and then we had enough left over that we had salad, and a couple of us had salad with the leftover meat, and then a couple of us had another burrito. So we have 2 more bags with the pork roast in it, and I think that I was going to create into a freezer meal, but since it's such a simple meat to cook, I'm gonna mark down what we have here. Pork roast, I have like 2 dinners, and then I have chicken. I need to purchase, I know I'm gonna need like ground turkey and ground beef because we don't have any of that. we did clear out our freezers when we moved, and so we need to save back up and replenish our protein sources. So our beef and chicken, turkey, that kind of stuff. So let's see. For tonight, I know we're having something with chicken. I will just write chicken down here. I kind of wanted to make freezer meals to make it easier, but I feel like I'm kind of on overload. So I think the simplest thing to do is just kind of put some ideas down and then go from there. Okay, this is really messy, but it's just kind of how my brain dump meal planning goes at first. Because we don't have a whole lot and I'm kind of semi starting from scratch, I had to get rid of the refrigerated and freezer stuff. I just kind of went through, normally what I do is this week on, for instance, if we do Friday night, we're gonna do no bean chili and cornbread. I would double the batch and I would put that for not the following Friday, but the week after, because I do monthly meal planning when I'm at my best, meal planning, but we're not doing that this week. So what I can double up, I will double up. It's gonna depend on prices at the grocery store, things like that. So I kind of tried to use what we had, and then I have a small list here. I'm gonna take my kiddos with me. We're gonna hit up another grocery store. So I will add that in. I think I will try to add that in this video. So we're gonna go pick that up, and then we will get going with some of these meals. I am gonna write this out neater at another time. I'm not gonna take this meal plan with me because I did that last time and then I must have stuffed the paper in my pocket and that's how I lost it. So this time I think what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and take a snapshot of the things that I need, the items that I need, and then we'll head out to the grocery store so then I have that there. Sometimes what I've done too is make a list for my kids, a separate list, and then I've had them cross it off, and that kind of keeps little hands busy in the store. But I think we're just gonna take a snapshot for ease, see what we can find at the store. We may have to make more than one trip. Hopefully we don't, but let's go see what we can get. Here is what we got from Walmart. So I ended up getting 1 pack of gnocchi. We're gonna do a gnocchi soup that's on the meal plan. I got Triscuits. We usually try to get, the brand of crackers we usually get wasn't there. So I'm gonna try Triscuits and see if my kids will eat that. I actually like them, but we'll see. We're gonna do a Lunchable for one of the lunches one day. I found 2 packs of chicken that was on clearance. So I gotta toss this, I gotta separate it and toss it into the freezer. So that can get, because today I think is like the sell-by date. And then just 1 bag of frozen sweet potatoes. This was not on the list, uncured pepperoni, but we are gonna do a DIY pizza night, so it probably should have been on the list. Sliced cheese until we can get our Azure order to get raw cheese, but sometimes we'll just purchase this anyways too. My oldest had requested making, my oldest and my youngest wanted to make pigs in a blanket, and I've forgotten about that. And so I got these 2, but I didn't end up getting extra hot dogs. So have to go back and get that another time. This wasn't on the list, the turkey chorizo, but I know my husband and my oldest really enjoy this, so do I. So I got one for weekend eating when my husband's home and we can have like a little bit of a larger meal together, breakfast meal. I got, this also wasn't on the list, but we needed it, jelly. I always, when I go to Walmart, I try to buy like 1 or 2 pasta sauces just to have on hand, because their organic pasta sauce is the least expensive that I could find. So I always try to get 1 or 2 to have in the pantry because we kind of just go through it quickly. I bought fish, frozen fish there. I usually get some from Costco, but I didn't get it on our Costco trip. So I got 2 packs of these. We're gonna do like fish tacos one night. That is it, I believe, for Walmart. Let me show you what I found at Grocery Outlet. Okay, Grocery Outlet. My island here also is kind of a mess, so there's that. But I was able to find some ground turkey. This is 2 pounds. So if I want to do it in 1 pound increments to separate it and freeze it, I may just do some in the container like this, pop it in the freezer. But I found there was a couple more, but I took 3, so that helped a bunch. We also, my kids really like Fig bars. They like the plain ones, and Costco used to do a mix of plain and I think blueberry, and they stopped doing that. These were 12 of the twin packs for, I think, it was pretty similar in price comparison to Walmart. So I don't know, it was an okay deal. But they were excited to see them, so I got the fig ones, and then they had strawberries, so we grabbed those as well. This is gonna go into the freezer. I usually have, when we buy spinach like this, I use what I need, and then I put the rest in a freezer bag, but because we don't have freezer, I bought this, even though it's tomorrow is the date, so it's fine. It's because I'm gonna toss it, just take it out, put it in a Ziploc bag, put it away. Maybe we'll show you how we're gonna freezer prep some things. I ended up getting Primal Kitchen. They had their Caesar salad, plant-based Caesar salad dressing that was like, I think it's only $2.99, and this salad dressing is pretty costly. So I grabbed that. I also grabbed a bag of organic green beans because I really like green beans, and then a bag of mixed veggies. I do have shepherd's pie on the list of things to make for this upcoming week or two. I also bought these. I've never seen the like English muffins in cinnamon raisins. So I bought these. I'm going to toss them in the freezer because I think they're pretty close to the sell-by date. And then as I want them, I'll just pop one out like the night before or the morning of and put it in the air fryer. Corn tortillas, and then organic apples. I have a couple still left from our Costco trip, but if we have any that are getting soft, I'll just make applesauce for my kiddos because they like applesauce. And then also potatoes. They had organic potatoes there, and I was excited because it was a little bit less. Actually, I think it was like this, got 2 pounds more for the price that you pay at Walmart. So that was it for the grocery outlet. Let's put some of this stuff and put it in the freezer. The first thing we're going to do is get the spinach into a bag. I usually try to write with a permanent marker, but I can't find them. So we're going to try to etch it on with this pen. My kiddos are awake. I'm sure you can hear them in the background here. I'm trying to get this voiceover in. So we just put the spinach into the bag and plop it into the freezer just like that. I try to get as much air as I can out of the bag. Then we're going to cook up some ground turkey. I just try to use pretty plain seasonings that'll go with everything. So salt, garlic powder, or garlic and onion powder. I'm fine that having cooked ground meat in the freezer comes in handy a lot of times. I don't do it all the time because sometimes I like to refreeze our food, and then I don't want to, have it cooked and then try to refreeze it again. So since it was a 2-pound package, I just cut it in half and did it into 2 1-pound bags and got that into the freezer. Next up, I'm going to chop an onion, and because I need some for the freezer meal, I'm going to use some for the freezer meal, but I also am going to put some in another bag and just have chopped onions ready to roll. I think I actually put it in the fridge first, and then sometimes we'll put it in a little baggie, get it in the freezer, and then you have fresh-ish and chopped onions ready to go. Now I'm going to prep the chicken. I'm cutting off some of the little extra fat pieces that are in there. I'm going to put some just in smaller bags, so like maybe a pound and a half of chicken per bag, and then I'm going to start cutting it into smaller pieces to prepare it for dinner that night. And then the last thing I'm going to do is prep a freezer meal with it as well. So since we have all the chicken, it was kind of on clearance, ready to roll. I wanted to get it all prepped and ready to either make for dinner or have in the freezer for another time. So I'm going to put this chicken to the side. I just add a little garlic to it. Then we're going to prep the freezer meal. I will leave the recipe or the website that I got the recipe from down below. But this is just frozen pot stickers from Costco. I think I've added garlic, onion, and chicken to it. And then we are going to use, I think it's just seasonings. I kind of follow recipes loosely. So I put in ketchup, coconut aminos, or soy sauce if you want. I don't know. I guess maybe I added more garlic or a little bit of garlic. A lot of garlic, honey, and I think that's going to be it. And then we're going to throw that into the freezer and then get dinner prepped. I found a recipe online earlier this morning, but now I guess I didn't save the window. I guess I closed it. I don't know what happened to it, but I couldn't find the recipe that I was looking for. So we did a cup of rice that was rinsed. I just put a little bit of better than bouillon in there that you saw, and then I did about a cup and a half of water. And the chicken, I had it on saute, so it is getting ready to come to pressure and then cook for 5 minutes, and then I will show you what it looks like when it's done. Hopefully it comes out well. Okay, it was releasing pressure for about 14 minutes, and then I released the rest of it because honestly I forgot about it. Let's see what it looks like. Oh no, some of the rice is not cooked on the top here. Probably should have been all submerged in water. So, okay, so next time I would make sure all of the rice is covered in liquid, and then it should be fine. I'm gonna hit cancel on this, and my husband and I are actually gonna use this for meal prep. So we didn't end up using the chicken and rice for dinner, but we were able to make some meal preps for my husband and I so he can start taking lunch again, and then I could have some pre-made lunch, because in addition to the chaos, it's been affecting our eating as well. We are keeping the kids fed, but I noticed like yesterday I didn't eat until almost dinner time. All that stuff that happens when life gets chaotic. So if you were looking for a video that was cohesive and like, here's how all the neat steps lined out, I realized this wasn't it. But hopefully, Lord willing, soon we'll be able to get back into our rhythms and routines, because Lord knows I have been craving it. And so this is just kind of how we ended up piecing together, very real life, very just how the chips fell, or whatever the saying is that's appropriate here. Either which way, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you being here. If you're not subscribed, maybe consider subscribing so you can catch all the inspiration amongst our chaos. And as always, if you don't know, or you just need to be reminded, maybe the one to tell you you are deeply and truly loved and truly, truly appreciated. I really appreciate you being here with me. Thanks so much for watching.